Fresh to Frozen is closed, but it's been purchased by another group, and they plan on opening in a couple of months an international store. Um, but if they're part of this group, which I believe they are, just so you know, that won't be happening. Then there's Stalker here. This is at least the second Stalker from early this morning at 6 something. And everyone who drives by, everyone who looks on, the police who spoke to me 2 days ago at the gas station, knowing very well who I am, the store manager inquiring how I'm doing yesterday at Kroger, all the people who know what's going on, who know that I have been stolen from, I have been trafficked, and that my identity has apparently been stolen, that this whole secret society has plotted and schemed against me in such disgusting, thorough ways to somehow, have me be seen somehow in the legal realm as some kind of criminal in a way that I'm not even aware of. Like things going on that I don't even know of. Which is wrong, I think. I think altogether, if something concerns you, that you should be aware of it and you should be there. But I know that happens where you only have these one-sided court hearings, and I don't know how they've gotten by with that, except for the courts are corrupt. I don't know what lies have been said, but I have no mental health history. I have no mental health problem. I never have. Anything like that is strictly a lie. And there have just been so many ways that this group has come at me. The biggest one that I would know about only intuitively, but it's definitely been confirmed in the 3D even by some of these people, but I know it, is that I was being surveillanced in the marital home, including in the bedroom and the bathroom, and that was put on some kind of black market, even my children, because my children would bathe in the same bathtubs and such. So, Midlothian, where I happen to be right now and be residing for the last number of months, every last one of you, especially people in a position where where they've taken an oath to do the honorable thing, thinking of police officers, which on this very street there is a large police station, and I went there actually. I drove there several years ago, two plus years ago, after they tried to kill me, and I still hadn't realized that the system was like the Illuminati. I actually, I didn't think great of the police, but I did go to the police station, and they did not help me. So anyway, all you police officers, I wish y'all would stop asking me how I'm doing and stuff. I'm doing great compared to what y'all would have me be with all that y'all are doing and have done. But if y'all don't believe yet in the spirit realm and in justice, you will. So everyone that drives by and is part of this group, which is everyone who drives by, they know what's still being done to me. They know, they see me, and it got cold last night. It's been cold. I'm waking up cold. But, I'm sleeping out here. I wasn't given the money by Tracy this month. And I'm sleeping out here with a, basically a lined curtain, one sheet, and a shower curtain. So everyone who drives by and sees me out here and knows they do know what's been done, and they know that y'all have been unsuccessful in killing me. So the thing is that how can I be looking to a society around me who are really killers and hope that they would have compassion? See, that doesn't make sense, right? So instead, what will happen is your killings will be made public. But you police officers and any in authority, government, knowing about me for sure and doing nothing means you will lose your position. Means really the whole system is going to be coming undone, and something truly like just and fair will be put in its place. Because I'll tell you, for one, even just at the Virginia Beach City Jail, where I have been, in there 2 different times for really nothing. No bond, only because I'm homeless and don't have a car. But that was fine with me because I knew at least the first time that I was safer there, because I had been hunted the days leading up to that. And at that point, I wasn't brave enough like I am now to say, yeah, here I am. You can't kill me. I didn't know yet my protection was so top notch, but now I do. But y'all's isn't. So look on, and here, this guy wants to be, you want to be stalking. Yeah, I got you earlier and you're fine. Y'all want to see me dressing and stuff too. Y'all want to see, when did she go to the bathroom? And this is what I say to my spirit team when I notice you looking to see, like, yeah, what is she going? Oh, what's she doing now? Is she gonna go pee? Oh, what is she doing now? She's switching into her pajamas under the sheet. Oh, look at her. Oh, is she switching back? Oh, maybe we can get a glimpse like we used to. But this is what I tell my spirit team. Since they want to scrutinize and they want to say, to themselves, like, oh, what's she doing? Is she doing something wrong? Can we get her arrested? But then you want to take away my ability at this point to have a home, which I deserve to have a home, and a toilet that I have access to, water, a shower, a toilet, and all of those things for you to be put into a predicament like maybe a prison cell with constant surveillance, and you have no privacy to use the bathroom. And it's already been shown to me that when I go to the drugstore, which I had been every morning, but I stopped because it was shown to me again and again, and I knew, but I still kept going, that y'all were surveillancing me in that bathroom, which I still might have to avail myself to use that bathroom because I'm not going to take a dump out in public, right? So y'all are guilty, and you will not be like getting off. This whole trafficking ring is coming down, and every last little thing y'all tried to take away from me, and did for a time, every last bit of your nasty, selfish, entitled plan, the false marriage, the deaths of my children, and then all this other stuff that I only have like an inkling of understanding, that somehow, maybe it's Tracy's real wife. I don't really know who it is. I thought I knew maybe, but I'm not sure. But somebody is posing as me on different internet, like let's say Twitter or something. Someone is posing as me and trying to smear my good name, and that is all going to come out. What you're doing, playing both sides, like Dale Miller and Tracy Henderson and whoever, all these other people, are basically saying she's a sex worker, she's a criminal, put her in jail, she should lose the house, she should lose the kids, which I have lost the house and the kids without there even being a hearing where I'm present. And that is mind-boggling, because I have co-owned that house the whole time that since we bought it 18 plus years ago now. And to be told by him that it was all just completely given to him, I'm like, what about my equity? They said you didn't deserve it. It's just like, I mean, he's a pathological liar, so that could be a lie, but no, that's not how it works. And then my children, he has custody and he's molesting them. And I'm sleeping in the grass, and yet I am the upright person. You don't think the spirit world's going to step in and be like, oh, hell no. Because I'll tell you what, their dad cares nothing about them. And just like Galena was killed recently, my 18-year-old daughter, and he's behind that. He might not have put his hands on her this time, but he was molesting her. And that's why she moved out at 18. But he's behind it. This group is behind her murder, even though it might have been her boyfriend / brand new husband who killed her. But the point I'm making is he's been given custody of our children, who he molests and who he would put into some trafficking ring or sacrifice, and has sacrificed some of my children. And y'all know that. But here's the thing, y'all hold the position of judge in those court hearings, as corrupt as you are. Y'all hold position of the attorneys, including my attorney, my divorce attorney, Caitlin Walters, that I paid over $10,000 for her to screw me over because she's part of this group and I didn't understand yet what I was dealing with. She's gonna be disbarred. She's probably gonna commit suicide, and she has an adopted child. And I just want to say that these pedophiles who adopt children, including the Mennonites and just lots of regular people who are these pedophiles, like, that's definitely going to be something that we address, because that's not okay. It's bad enough to fuck up your own children, but when you're going to adopt a child that could have been placed somewhere safe and you're going to molest them to groom them to become part of this group. So every single last one, it doesn't have to be that my phone is catching you. This is just a message to all. Starting here in Midlow, starting in Midlow, and then Richmond, and then all of Virginia, and then all of the U.S., and then all of the world. When you sit, yeah, I saw you. When you sit in your vehicle and you look over when you think I'm not looking, when you sit in your vehicle and you know what's been done to me, and you do nothing, you don't go to the authorities. But hey, guess what? The authorities, they don't do anything about it either. Yep. Thieving, disgusting murderers. That's what you are. And you know, the guy last night in the parking lot that was threatening to call the police on me, he's into voodoo. They own that business over there. Not the beauty one, but the other one. And they pretty much never have any customers. It's like a cover shop. But basically, they're definitely into voodoo. Like, I know that intuitively. But he had the nerve to call me a crackhead. I was only walking closer to the vehicle to get the license plate number because he's stalking me, and he tried to switch it around like these gaslighters do. He called me a crackhead, and then he started screaming for me to get away from his vehicle. And it's like, no. You know, that's not what's going on here. But that's what these people do. So basically, Tracy, my false husband of 28 years, has somehow used the courts to take my house, my children, and everything away from me, and thinks that that's going to fly. Let alone the black market porn of decades that y'all have been surveillancing me illegally without my consent, without my knowledge, and then possibly putting it on the web as if I am consenting. Just so you know, if I had ever consented, and I did not and would not, but if I did, I'm the type of person that would have included the audience in what I was doing. In other words, when I'm cooking dinner, when I used to cook 3 meals a day at least for a family of 11. I love to cook, for example. I would have been speaking to my audience. I would have been like, okay, what should I make, y'all? Okay, I'm going to stir fry these peppers. Oh, look at this. I bought 40 pounds of peppers I've got to work up and get into the freezer today. Whew, or I would have been including the audience. I don't know if I would have been including the audience in the bedroom, but I may have, because that's nothing that I would do. But I would have included the audience, and y'all were surveillancing me in the bedroom and bathroom and in other parts of the home where I would have been fully dressed most of the time, at least. So that would be a number one indicator that any effort to try to say that I knew, I did not know. How do I know now? The spirit world and psychic gifts, intuition. Once I saw Dale Miller beheading the woman, I was able to deduce that Ethan had been murdered and not just simply accidentally died during his nap. And everything kind of just, the pieces started fitting. Do I have a perfectly, a perfect picture? No, but I have a very good, broad understanding of what's been done. And even like the places, the shelters and the domestic violence unit in Emporia, Virginia, when I lived there, the places that are supposed to help people who've been trafficked, like, tell me I wasn't trafficked, but yet they're part of this, and they're these vampire cannibals, and they know very well I've been trafficked. And at the point that I used to have, what was her name? Ginger Wren. When Ginger Wren was my assigned person there from the family violence unit in Emporia, Virginia, and I talked to her about believing that I have been trafficked and that I was being surveillanced, and she acted like there wasn't anything we could do and that wasn't really trafficking, but she's part of this. And that's before I really realized how many people, like Dale Miller, a Mennonite, and they dress funny and they are very, seemingly isolated from the community, which is just a front. But I wouldn't have realized that the Mennonites were so connected with if you want to say the regular people. I wouldn't have realized that. I wouldn't have realized that the larger community was practicing the kind of thing that I saw Dale Miller doing. I was thinking it was more